Hi everyone, this is a part 2 video totally focusing on King's Landing. As I mentioned in my previous video, I'm doing my predictions for Game of Thrones Season 5. I based my predictions on stuff that I've read on the net as well as my knowledge on the books. Some of them are facts as what we will definitely see, but a lot of it is just speculation. This is a spoiler heavy video, so to anybody that has never read the books and does not wish to be spoiled, I suggest you stop listening. If you don't mind about being spoiled, then that's absolutely fantastic, then please carry on listening. I think King's Landing will still feature heavily this coming season, as Dan Weiss and David Benioff love King's Landing, even without Tyrion. The big new character we will be getting is the High Sparrow, played by Jonathan Pryce. He's the head of the Faith and the Faith Militant, which makes me think the Faith and the Faith Militant is going to feature quite heavily this season, as you don't cast a guy like Jonathan Pryce for a minor role. I think we will be getting Lancel Lannister coming back, and it's been confirmed that Kevan Lannister will be back. I thought they were going to leave him out, but it's good to hear that he's coming back. This will be Cersei's big season, and we'll be shocked if Lena Headey doesn't get an Emmy nomination for season 5. I think Cersei's storyline will be pretty close to the books. We will be getting the first flashback of the series that involving Maggie the Frog's prophecy of Cersei. I was a little bit surprised that they decided to use this flashback, but hopefully this is a sign of things to come, and hopefully they decide to include more flashbacks in season 6, like from Robert's Rebellion and so forth. We will then probably get the fallout of Tywin's death as well as his funeral. Lancel Lannister and Kevan Lannister make their return then, I think. We'll see what a sad state old Lancel's in, and will probably be the guy to confess to the High Sparrow about Cersei. Kevan Lannister will, like I said, will probably make an appearance at the funeral, and it would be a perfect place to reintroduce him, as like 90%, if that, maybe even more, of the people won't even remember who he is. He probably may stay on the small council, or perhaps go back to Castle Rock after the funeral and then come back after Cersei's arrested, but only expect him to be in a handful of episodes. We will then get in episode 2, I believe, that the Sand Snakes will send a Viper's head in a box like in the picture, which will have a pennant that will apparently belong to Marcella, which Cersei will then send Jaime to try to bring her back. I expect Tommen and Marjorie will tie the knot pretty early in the season, about episode 3 or 4, which will then lead to the Cersei and Marjorie fight of control over King Tommen. Yes, boxers never look that good. Obviously Cersei will try to make her schemes of trying to get rid of Marjorie and the Tyrells. Who will replace the Kettleback's role, I'm not sure, but it won't be Sir Marin Trant, as he's going to Bravos with Mace to meet his end there. But Lancel will be the one to reveal the adultery committed by Cersei. We have seen pictures of the planning of the Walk of Shame, which will happen in either episode 9 or 10, as David Nutter is directing that particular episode, and he's apparently directing episode 9 and 10. So one of those episodes will be the Walk of Shame. It is rumored that the High Sparrow will create chaos with his Faith Militant. As we see in the trailer 1, the Faith Militant destroying those beer barrels, and I think also trailer 2, they're also destroying some stuff on the table. And even in trailer 2, they're not even letting King Tommen through with his Kingsguard. It is rumored that they enter Littlefinger's brothel and pull it apart, capturing Loras, probably arresting him, perhaps being a homosexual, or try and make him confess of any wrongs by Marjorie. Also, it looks like Oliver, who's apparently is the pimp of Littlefinger's brothel. You saw him quite a bit in season 4 with old Prince Oberyn. He might be old Oliver will be the one confessing about Loras. It could be. Also, Littlefinger will be in King's Landing temporarily, as seen in some pics being in Croatia on set. It looks like he's going to be all over the show, Littlefinger, from the Vale to King's Landing to the north. So he's definitely putting on some miles on that time machine, that's for sure. Or sorry, teleporting machine. Cersei will get probably the Mountain to fight for her, as I don't think they're gonna rename the Mountain to Sir Robert Strong, but that's only in season 6, so there's no point in discussing it now. As to Marjorie, like I said, they may want to try and make Loras confess the wrongs about Marjorie, or perhaps make Oliver confess the wrongs by Marjorie. But it looks like Loras wants to punch what I think is the High Sparrow, so we'll have to wait and see if Marjorie or both Tyrell children are on trial. But on a recent interview, Natalie Dormer, who plays Marjorie Tyrell, she says Marjorie kind of loses control in this season, so maybe so it looks like it might play out as it does in the books. I could also see even Olenna Tyrell or Queen of Thorns getting pissed by the High Sparrow after the High Sparrow arrests Marjorie and Loras while old Mace's orphan Braavos. However, we could get a situation where Cersei tries to convince even Oliver to lie about Loras and Marjorie. Is also possible. How will the small council look for season 5? I think Cersei will obviously be on it. She'll remain as Queen Regent. Old Mace Tyrell will still be there. I think he'll still be Master of Ships, or perhaps Hand of the King, or Master of Coin, or all three basically. And then we have useless old Pycelle, and then Qyburn, Master of Whispers. We could also see maybe Kevin Lannister joining the small council, perhaps. But that's and then I don't think the old Olenna Tyrell is going to join the small council, so it might just be out of those surprise, it might just be Kevin Lannister, but we'll see. We will be getting more of Qyburn in season 5, but don't think we're going to get much or hear much of Cersei giving Qyburn patience to partake in his Frankenstein program. I think we will get Varys so I think we will get Varys returning to King's Landing in the finale and crossbowing Kevin and Pycelle. Yeah, who would have thought old Pycelle's body looks so good under all those old clothes. I think young Griff or Aegon or Fagon, whatever you want to call him, I think he's cut. So the reason for Varys returning would just be to destabilize the Lannister-Tyrell alliance. Look, they could make that when he crossbowing, going crazy with the crossbow, the tease for season 6 of young Griff coming, but as I said, I think he might have been cut. I'm still excited about the storyline, even though I'm more interested and excited in the Northern storylines and the Dornish and Essos storylines, but still, I think it's going to be a really, really good season at King's Landing. Thanks for listening, guys. I'll be doing a part 3 on the Wall and the North. So anyway, thank you very much, guys, for listening. Cheers. Hi everyone. This is a part 2 video, totally focusing on